Hey everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 261. I'm John as always, and we're going to first pick Archfiend's Vessel. We're going to first pick Scorching Dragonfire. I don't like the whale. I've given the whale way more than enough opportunities to impress me, and I absolutely have hated it every single time. It is way too expensive for what it is. We're taking a Scorching Dragonfire because it's a significantly better card. Yeah, I said there wasn't going to be a Spiky Saturday today, and then I played that turbo draft. If you haven't seen the draft video yet, it's going to go up as a bonus video today. It was literally one of the worst Magic experiences I've ever had. And I needed to get the taste out of my mouth by playing proper draft. You know, the thing that we apparently might need to remind WotC that we like and we want to continue to exist. Boy, red went away, didn't it? What was taken? A common. So it might have been a Scorching Dragonfire, it might have been a Shock. I don't think I've ever seen a pack that literally didn't have a color in it. I have seen packs that have had like a crappy one red card in it or something, but I've never seen no red. So I'm gonna assume it was a Dragonfire or a Shock. Hopefully our friend over there gets off of red or just passes us really good stuff. We get a Freebooter or an Adept, I think, are the picks here. None of the green interests me. The Alchemist Gift doesn't. None of this interests me. None of this interests me. These are the only two cards that are in any way applicable. And I guess Adept just has a higher upside if we end up in like a red-white aggro. So let's take the Adept and see where we go. What do we got going on here? You are holding up? Okay. All right. So, yeah. It was not my favorite thing. Hey, we did a double vision blue-red spells deck draft on stream, I think. It was kind of fun. It kind of worked out. Not fully, but it kind of worked out. This pack's pretty mediocre. I don't want the land, I don't want the track down, the snare spinner, the life goes on. I don't want that or that or that. Thallid is up there. That's honestly about it. Like, Battle Rattle's okay, but being a 4-drop that doesn't attack very well is not really where you want to be when you are being attacky in this format. No, remind me tomorrow about my Windows updates. Thank you, Windows. I mean, we could take the double vision just for fun, but I do think that our friend over here is in red. Let's take the Deathbloom Thallid. Do people still think that black is bad and unplayable? I've tuned out from what the experts are saying about Magic anymore because they're off base and honestly just changing their opinions every week to make more content. There's some good stuff here. There's a Warden, there's a Rousing Reed, there's a Magmut if we wanted to try to get back into red. There's an Archfiend's Vessel, which is fantastic. I think Warden of the Wood's the highest upside. We haven't seen any green to suggest that it's open. We're only 4 picks in. Rare uncommon, 2 commons taken. Green red is fine, green black is fine, green white is great, and I haven't seen open in a million years. Let's take the Warden. It's the higher upside. Yep, blue's not open. Sabertooth Mauler is really good, but like, if we're getting past a Shacklegeist turn 5, either blue is wide open, or people don't understand that a 2/2 flyer for 2 is really good, and literally none of the other words on the card matters. Unfortunately, I think that's probably what's going on, is people don't understand that the rest of the words on this card don't matter, and that blue's not necessarily open. Let's try. We get a Protege. Protege is the best card here by pretty significant margin. So let's take the Protege. Okay, so There's some okay, like, mid-pack white cards there for an aggressive deck, a Valorous Steed or a Watchdog. Fungal Rebirth is okay. It's not amazing. It's not a card type that I like. Getting 2 1/1s if a creature died is nice, but not a big thing. The red's not flowing, so I'm sure this person took a Shock or a Dragonfire first pick. Gnarled Sage is not a card that I like to play, even in my green decks. I guess the white's slightly better. Let's go with the Steed, because Steed Falconer Adept looks good. We get a little bit rewarded with Battalion, which is definitely going to push us into aggro, and we've got 2 decent white cards for that. Dilophosaur has never really impressed me at all. Yeah, there's not much else going on here. Let's take that Makeshift Battalion. Here we get, what color are we? We're probably white blue, but we are really kind of anything right now. There's nothing I super want here. We could take a Secure the Scene just in case we are in fact going to be in white. I can main deck one of these. I'd prefer not to. So Cetizen Training wants me to get into white-green here. White-green's not open because it's never open. We've seen nothing to suggest that it's open, but I don't want to cancel in my blue-white deck. I don't want a Tome Anima in my blue-white deck. I don't want a Tormod's Crypt. Yeah, let's take the Training. We get a Track Down if we are going to try to get into this green-white thing, which maybe we get past in pack 2, but we won't get in pack 3 apparently. There's a Meteor right here, which I don't think we're going to play. Bone Pit Brute, no. So let's take the Track Down. Alright, I guess we'll take that cancel. Still exploring where we are. Wall of Runes, if we find a Protege, or not a Protege, a Tutelage, and can go a bit slow will be nice. Forgotten Sentinel is not a card that I really want. So let's take the Wall. Tormod's Crypt, nope. And Celestial Enforcer, last pick, I guess. That's not a card that I want to see. We get Bront if we want to be green-white. We get some very good black removal, but we got 1 Deathbloom Thallid, so we're not on that. The blue's not that exciting either, so I think this is just a Bront, and we hope that we get past green cards. Yep. Bront, and please pass me good green. Oh, why are you here so late? Oh, the Dragonfire Shock deck, or the Dragonfire Shock pack. Why you gotta do that to me? I mean, if we're gonna get past red, like, we still don't know what we are, and there's not much that I'm missing here, so let's take the Dragonfire. It's the best card in the pack, and we can still explore a little bit. Well, there's a Llanowar Visionary, which I'm pretty happy to see if we are in fact going to be green-white. There's a Roaming Ghostlight if we're going to be blue-white. There's a Falconer Adept if we know that we are in fact just white. And maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's the trick. We know that we are white. We don't 100% know that we're green. We don't 100% know that we're green. In fact, the only green that we have that I really like are the Warden and the Bront. Let's take the Falconer Adept because we know that that's what we are. So following on from there, we've got a Chorister if we want to stick on the white. If we do want to try to get back into this blue a little bit, there's a Capture Sphere or an Unsubstantiate. Let's take the Chorister. Let's try to get rewarded with like a low curve aggro deck, because I guess is going to be the plan. So there's a Short Sword for that plan. There's a Cetizen Training if we are still in fact going to be green-white. We have reasons to be red-white though. So I think I'm going to take the Short Sword here. This hasn't been a great draft, so we're kind of going into sort of a backdoor make 'em dead fast plan. So let's take the Battlements. We're basically going to try to be quite aggressive white, and then probably push it up with like a tinge of red, which honestly kind of makes me want a Destructive Tampering for creatures without flying can't block this turn. but we can probably get one of those if we want. So I'll go instead for the Arsonist, maybe the Burn Bright. Especially if we're gonna have, yeah, actually give me that Burn Bright, especially if we're gonna have maybe some birds from the Adept. This is a weird deck using cards that I haven't really used in this format, but maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll just work. We probably want a Thrill for this. We don't want a Bone Pit Brute. It's too expensive. Unleash Fury is not what I want. So let's take the Thrill. We get nothing that I want, so we'll take a Radiant Fountain. I'll take 20 gems. I guess we take a Sure Strike over 20 gems here. Also, what the hell is that doing here this late? People, splash this card. And if you're blue-black, pick it very high. Free looting is not something we've seen for a generation. And free looting is very, very, very good. What did that pick me there? The Sure Strike, right? We'll take this. Cancel. I guess we're playing a Shield Mate, unfortunately. But this was not the deck for us. I'm not quite sure what was going on with this draft. Didn't quite make a lot of sense to me. But this is where we're ending up. So there's a Rada, which is super good. I don't know if we can splash it. And there is a Basri's Acolyte. And so I think we have to take the Basri's Acolyte. I think we have to take the Basri's Acolyte. This draft was all over the place. If you saw the signals, let me know. Also, don't be a dick about letting me know. Just let me know what you saw. All right, we'll take the Basri's Acolyte. I've been having distaste for some YouTube comments that have been coming in lately. Be friendly. Be friendly. Did I not take this Deathbloom Salad out? I thought I dragged it out. Did something else come out? What happened here? Nothing happened there. What do we got? We got a Dub, a Chorister. That's about it. What's our creature count? 9? We're taking the Chorister. Yeah, let's take that Chorister. Let's hope that Dub comes back around. The Dub coming back around would be really, really, really handy. But yeah, we're basically just hoping we can aggro them out because, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened to this draft. But it's going to be one of those drafts where you kind of hope you can pull things out that you shouldn't necessarily be allowed to pull out. So we've got Awarded Battlements, which goes along the plan of pulling things out you're not supposed to pull out. There's a Makeshift Battalion as well. I wonder if we can get those battlements back around. I feel like we got the Battalion fairly late last time. So I'm going to take the battlements here. What about even more battlements? Unfortunately, there is a swooper here that I want over the battlements. So we're going to take the swoops. But I would love a third battlements for this deck. So these are the only 5-drops we want. We don't want any more 5-drops unless somebody's going to give us a 5th pick Baneslayer here. They did not. We've got an Igneous Cur, which I don't like, but we need playables. And it can go speedy like. And if it attacks as a 3/2, cool. Give it a sword. We got options. We got options. Yeah, this was a weird draft. This was a weird draft. I feel like it was very late into pack 1. We still didn't know really anything that was going on. I don't feel like I've seen any signals either. Yeah, we'll take the Cur. I guess there was that one Obsessive Stitcher, but I've seen nothing else in blue and black that have made me been like, "Whoo, it's open." Yeah, we're just taking another Cur. I don't want a Legion's Judgment. I don't want a Bone Pit Brute. Onake Ogre, that I want. Because if we can just smash on through, a 4/2 is certainly going to smash on through. We haven't gotten... Oh, we could have splashed Rada, maybe. I haven't gotten the Destructive Tampering that I wanted, that I was hoping we would get one of. What's our creature count here now? 15? I think maybe we can now go for another Sure Strike. Pitchburn Devils is good. But again, I want our opponents dead and dead fast, because I think that's really how we're going to win. There's the destructive tampering I want. Can we drop to 16 lands in this? I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Dub came back too. Okay, we're gonna have to make some cuts. Let's take that dub. And the battalion came back. We're gonna have to make a lot of cuts. Shieldmate's bad. Get rid of that. Secure the scene. We don't have much other removal. Another battlements. Okay, we gotta make a lot of cuts. A lot of cuts. Yeah, I want to secure the scene out. It can come in from the sideboard if it turns out that our opponent is able to stop us and have us like super good bombs or something. The other cuts are going to be a land, I think. If we're going to cap out at 4, we can play 16 lands. Let's take a plains. And then I'm wondering if it's a cur. We're at 16 creatures. A cur or a sure strike. Oh, Celestial Enforcer. Yeah, it's just Celestial Enforcer. All right, so here's the deck. It's not the deck that I've always dreamed of, but it can hopefully steal some games. So somebody was talking about a bug. This says 3 games remaining, and I think most people have seen now that it says 1 game remaining after your first match, which is not true. But somebody else said that if you do that and then go back in, yeah, no, somebody was saying that it updates to 1 game remaining right away, but it doesn't. But watch, after our first match, we are going to have 1 game remaining, which of course is not true. Let's go in for match 1. Let's go in for match 1. So previews for Zendikar start next week. So set review, I guess, is probably 2 weeks out from now. Yikes. We'll play first. That's part of our plan to win. Yeah, that sure is 4-drop, 4-drop, 4-drop. 3-drop, 3-drop. I think this hand's too slow. We mull it. This hand's a little bit better. We keep it. And we get rid of the battlement. We'll find one of them. Drop that and go. So yeah, I'll do the same thing as before. Live stream with no prep. That was just a lot easier, and for the views that I'm getting these days, I'm not really interested in putting in the like 30 hours that a set review took before. I'll come on in, see if they're willing to lose their imp to a pump. They are not willing to do that, so we get a chorister down, keeping Dragonfire up. And if we find a plains, we've got Acolyte putting counters on those things. Skyscanner, sure thing. I think I actually just want to Dragonfire that imp. Yeah, because we can't get stonewalled like this. We have to get through real fast. There we go. There we go. Acolyte, counters for all, smash for 4. And we'll keep this train going. What do we got next turn? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12? And this is how this deck's going to have to win. So I'm thinking we may have to mull a little bit more. Ooh. The Acolyte because they had to play it. So what can we make you? We can make you big. Let's send in the big old boy. Yeah, let's send in the potential big ol' good doggo here. See if they get the double block. No double block. Well then. In that case, we're going to pump. And pump. Take 6. Go to 9. Gagglemaster. Pretty good. Pretty good. Ooh, Sure Strike. That's real cute. Real cute here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I could Burn Bright and somewhat obliterate their team. I could save the Acolyte. No, we want both those creatures dead, right? So I think we Burn Bright. Relatively clean board. I still have good attacks. Now we're in trouble. So we'll ditch the planes just because Sure Strike could come in handy. Cool. That Dragonfire might have some use. I will take 2. I'm at 28. I can handle it. Gloomsower. Well, that's the end of us. that's the end of us. I'll pass the turn, and then I guess I'll take 10. Go to 16. Ow, ow. Hallowblade, also the end of us. Archfiend's Vessel, definitely the end of us. They played the best card in the format. We're toast, right? We can't do anything. We could put a dub on the battalion, which does what? Blocks the Hallowblade, and we take 8, 9, 10, 11. We could Sure Strike. No, hold up. We can Sure Strike the Gloomsower. Dragonfire something else. No, we're not toast. This Sure Strike keeps us in. Maybe just barely keeps us in. No longer keeps us in. Not even slightly. Not even slightly. Okay, they didn't put the counter on the Gloomsower. Well, let's block Gloomsower. Take 2. Let's Sure Strike the battalion. And then I guess we have to Dragonfire the Skyscanner. Yeah, Dragonfire the Skyscanner. So we take 6 and go to 8. They definitely have a Rise again if they're playing Gloomsower and Archfiend's Vessel. And then what can we do? We can dub up the battalion. Gonna be rough though. Gonna be rough. I'll take 4. I'm not losing this battalion. I guess we're going with the battalion. No attacks. No attacks. So we're putting this battalion under the Hallowblade and losing, because this card's stupid good. I have a feeling they do design uncommons now to be kind of game breakers. Kind of cards that are designed to make sure the game doesn't go very long. Because I think modern Magic is being very heavily pushed to quick games. Because that's what video games need to be, right? That's what mobile games need to be. They need to make those games go real quick. We don't have a way out of this, so there's no real point in spending much time. We've already used both Dragonfires. We don't have the Secure the Scene in. So I guess we bring in the Secure the Scene because we need a way of dealing with a Gloomsower that's not using 3 cards or more. And we cut a... Probably just the Destructive Tampering. They only had 1 flyer. But we didn't flood the board like I wanted. Did not flood the board like I wanted to. Let's cut the Burn Bright. I think the Tampering represents more of a potentially brutal turn than the Burn Bright does. The Burn Bright requires us to have a really good attack with no blocks. The Destructive Tampering creates no blocks. We'll play first. Yeah, that works. That works. Chorister picks up a sword. We didn't have to mull. There we go. Drop the chorister, pass the turn. Archfiend's Vessel, best card in the format, so I hear. Short Sword, suit up the chorister, and smashy smashy. Smashy. Arena, there we go. Alright, so we need a land to get Gale Swooper, or we need to just find some more low curve shenaniganery. Cool, we lose. We lose. We just lose. Yep. Can't do much against Seasoned Hellblade, not in white-red. We would need Soul Seer, which we just didn't see. We would need 5 lands to have Secure the Scene down, meaning that we would not be able to deal with the Gloomsower anymore. Wow, no attack. They don't want to discard stuff. Doesn't matter, because we are not drawing what we need. I will take 1. Prismite. Interesting. Cool. Pass that turn. Pass the turn. Acolyte, there it is. Counter on the Hallowblade, counter on the Sky Scanner. Now they have stuff to throw away. No blocks, because I guess if we can get a land and get a counter on that Chorister, maybe it gets us back in the game a little bit. And there is the land, and yeah, we just desperately need to get a 3/3 Chorister up here. It's not going to stop the Hallowblade, but it's going to stop most other things. And it will turn the Hallowblade into 1 damage a turn. Interesting. You're going to have to show me this trick. So we take 6, but we gain 2. Skeleton Archer to finish it off? Sure. Alright, opponent was the significantly better aggro deck, filling the board with them thar creatures. We can drop a Valorous Steed for the time being. Throw a Knight under the Hallowblade. Probably just a Steed under the Archer. Then I guess we can secure the scene the Hallowblade. So we go like that, go like that. They'll pitch a land. Pestilent Haze. Didn't even need to use it because we were so powerfully not dealing with the board. Cool. Well, that was match 1. Our opponent was the significantly better aggro deck. We knew we were going to have trouble. Our deck's not that good, but it's kind of what we had to do based off the signals that we were getting, which was to say none. And some drafts just go like that. Some drafts you'll just end up with a pile that you just kind of have to hope you can get some wins with. It's actually a really good pre-release sealed strategy. If your rares just suck and you just don't have a cohesive deck in your pool, just look at red-white or look at red-black, look at the aggressive colors, put in all the cheap cards, and you might steal enough wins to maybe get some prizes at your pre-release. But yeah, that's just what you got to do sometimes. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. We can only Dragonfire. We have to find a white source, so this is probably a mull. Yeah, probably a mull. Remember, you do mulligan too much. Every single one of you out there. Me too. Every single one. We all mull too much. But this, I think, is a mull. And there we go. We got a lot better. We can pitch the Adept. Because I want the Chorister, I want the Cur, I want the Acolyte. So yeah, let's pitch the Adept. Pitch the Adept. And hey, look, our friend has a pet rock. I was very excited when I heard that there was a pet rock, because I thought it was going to be like a jokey pet rock that was going to sit there silently. It's a big pet rock. It doesn't seem to make many noises. It's very large, but it doesn't seem to make any noises, so that's a bonus. I will trade my chorister for the charger. They are not willing to do that. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. No attacks, I like it. Smashy smashy. Haha. Our opponent is a coward. Or are they a genius? They're a genius. Down that goes. They take one. That's all fine. Using removal on a cur. I like it. I like it a lot. So we're currently looking at a Basri's Acolyte for no value, which ain't my biggest favorite thing ever. They're going to sack their horse to draw a card. Hey, look at that. This dog's friend is back. And we'll pass the turn. Holding up Sure Strike, we probably can take that Crypt Lurker down. So we'll block with Cur, Sure Strike it up, see if we can take it down. And then see if we can go into a Basri's Acolyte turn, boosting these two buddies here up. Uh-oh, opponent's got something in hand. What you got? Feet. Is it feet? It's always feet. Feet's really good. Ooh. It's not feet. What do you have instant speed that you didn't want to save your 3 for? You wanted to play a Karavek. Pretty good. Pretty good. So we could make a 1-2. Well, we can still pump this Cur. Let's just pass the turn. Pass the turn, have the Cur pumpable to trade with Karavek here. Alpine Watchdog? Sure. Enjoy your 1-1 Vigilance. So they still presumably have something instant speed in hand, or maybe this is just somebody who's playing with full control mode on. Let's pump the Cur. Get rid of Karavek. Boy, we might just have to play this Acolyte for literally no value, eh? Let's do it to it. Hope that opponent's in top deck mode too. Because yes, what if we draw a creature into a creature? Then we could have Basri's Acolyted for full value. But what if we don't? So you just blind drew 2 cards. Show me the trick. Pretty good trick. Pretty good trick. Yeah, because if we didn't play Acolyte there and then we top decked a mountain here, what are we doing? We're just doing nothing again, right? And then for another turn, we would just be doing nothing. So unfortunately, sometimes you just have to play cards for no value. It's just how it works. Adept. That'll stop that dog. It was gonna stop the dog. I'll take 4. What do we need? We have nothing that we have, right? I don't believe we can stop this. Yeah, I don't think we have a way of stopping this. Do we have another? I think we have 2 Sure Strikes, actually. So I think we have 1 left. Maybe we have 1 way of stopping this. Palladium Mirror? Sure. More land, more land. They're attacking me for 6. Sure. I guess we could have tampering the mirror, but there's no real point to that. I'll take another 4. Anointed Chorister. It's 5? 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Interesting. Interesting. We could triple block, right? Triple block, they kill Chorister. And then these two kill it. Yeah, we have to go for the triple block here. Triple block, and if they've drawn a pump spell or something, we're really boned. But we're boned if we don't block, because if they have a pump spell, we're dead if we block, and we're dead if they don't block. Now, if they have instant speed interaction with our creatures, we're less than happy about that. So okay, there we go. There we go. Blood Glutton. All right, it's a slight problem. So we're gonna have to destructive tampering the Sky Scanner, because Battalion can trade with Glutton. Adept will keep the Palladium Mirror back. No, 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 no. And so we're keeping in this. We're keeping in it. Keeping in it. Keeping alive. Archer. Oh, they just threw away their mirror. Alrighty then. That sure is 10 lands that we got. Start getting in with our bird friend here. Cage Zombie. Sure. Smashy, smashy. Sure thing. Pass the turn. Pass the turn. Yeah, we're gonna shoot that. We're both flooding out. We're both flooding out real bad, eh? I'm on 11. They're on 11. I've got one in hand. I bet they have one in hand. Revitalize number 2. You got it. Skeleton Archer gonna shoot a bird. Rude. So rude. Ooh. What if we give Falconer Adept a sword? Do we want to do that? So we could do that, and if they don't have a pump spell, we'd get in for 3, 4, 5, 6. We would take 1 hit of 3, and then we just have like birds back. But are there any pump spells that kill us? A dub would kill us. A dub would kill us. So we're gonna put this on the bird and smash, and then move that over to the adept. A dub would kill us, so we do want to keep back a blocker. A dub kills us in 2 turns rather than insta-death, but... So Silver Smoke Ghoul, just going to draw a card, I guess? How many lands do you have left? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll assume 12. So that's 5 out of 13. It's pretty good. Still a lot of non-lands left in their deck. They're gonna sack it, draw a card, sure thing. Makeshift Battalion, sure. Sure. Ooh, okay. Okay. Now we get to pressure them a little bit here. Get to get in for 5. Move that sword back over to the adept. End of the turn. We're still basically dead to a combat trick, right? Ooh, an ogre. Get in for 5. Drop our ogre friend. Move the sword back over to the adept. End the turn. We're getting there. We're getting there. Ah, Burn Bright will do it. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, team them. Team, get an extra bird. That's 7 in the air, plus an additional 12? 6? Sure. Burn bright like a diamond. We did it. we did what our deck wanted to do. It took us way longer than I expected, but our opponent flooded out just as much as we did, but we had the better board. So we'll go back in and see if we can do that again, because that's what the deck's supposed to do. And that's how you can just win games with decks that don't necessarily look that great. But be aware, some you'll just lose. So yeah, that turbo draft. Holy God, check out that bonus video for some of the worst limited Magic that has ever existed. Beyond that, I did try out Supreme Draft on MTGO. It was exactly what I assumed, which is not fun. You just draft the bombs and the gates and the bombs and the bounce lands. You play 4 or 5 color piles, and whoever draws the most bombs first wins. That's the game. That's the format. You can attempt to go around it a little bit by drafting the removal and the gates and the removal and the bounce lands and kill their bombs. And then when they run out of bombs, play your bomb and win. Which is just not the Magic that I like. I like Magic of Inches. That game we just played, that's limited Magic that I really like. No crazy, I tap 4 lands and win the game kind of stuff. Supreme Draft is, for those who don't know, Supreme Draft, because I'm not going to do a video of it. We did it on stream and it was bad. Supreme Draft is 18 packs, randomly chosen from Ravnica's history, except for War of the Spark. And then you open a pack, you take 2 picks, and you throw the pack away. And then you take another pack. So it's not draft. You're not drafting with anybody. Take 2 picks, throw it away. New pack, 2 picks, throw it away. New pack, 2 picks, throw it away. And yeah, it was not very fun. It was very balmy. It was very high variance. It was very much who opened the best packs. Next week, starting on Thursday or Wednesday, this is a mull, they'll be doing 100% Modern Horizons packs as the 18 packs that you get. We'll keep this one. We're going to have to draw a land. Which means you just draft Snow, because there's a Snow land in every pack, and Snow was already basically the best deck in the format. And now you can force it every single time. So I don't think I'll be playing that. But if you want to burn some money on really weird, maybe not well-designed and or fun formats, Turbo Draft, Supreme Draft, that's for you. That's for you. But honestly, as I've played more and more digital Magic, I have become much more stingy with my content creation budget and my video game budget, because there's just a lot of better stuff out there than all of this stuff that they're producing. Boy, this is the end of us. This is the end of us. This was a game we weren't going to win. If we hit a land, what do we get? We get an Onake Ogre that could trade with Karavak. So yeah, we're on land and ogre. Land and ogre. Land and ogre. Oof. Now we just die. Land and ogre, which gives them a 5/5 in the air. But I assume they just won't attack with Karavak. So what do we do about Gormond? We don't do anything. We don't do anything at all. We would need a bird off the Falcon and 2 Sure Strikes. So we are probably going to want to bring in Secure the Scene to get rid of Gormond. We get a land, but that's the end of us. Yeah, so we're going to need to bring in Secure the Scene. Steed might just be too expensive. Secure the Scene. That's about it, eh? All right, let's do that. Let's get a good hand. Let's not get stuck on 2 lands for 4, 5, 6 turns or whatever that was. Had to be 6 turns because they dropped a Gourmand before we got our 3rd land. All right, we're gonna play first. Nope, that's awful. That's awful. Mull that one. Sure, we'll keep that. We'll pitch the Burn Bright because we're probably gonna pitch one of these lands to the Thrill. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And then we'll jam down. We'll see what they have for us. Probably the Ogre. Thrill, Plains. This fixes our mulligan. So yeah, we'll go with Ogre. We've got Dragonfire for their 3-drop if we need, because we get Dragonfire and Cur. I would prefer they miss doing something here and we get a Battalion down instead. Caged Zambi. Yep. So we are going to Dragonfire. Drop a Cur and smash for 4. And then we'll see what they have. We may be Battlements if we have good attacks with the Battlements boost, or we may be Battalion to potentially start getting counters on the Battalion. And in fact, if they stumble at all, we're actually presenting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're presenting 9 damage, taking them to 1 attack away from lethal. And that is what I call a stolen win if we manage to pull that off. Crypt Lurker. Okay. Okay, so they discard a mirror, draw a card. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go Battlements. And we're going to attack, because either of these will kill it. I assume they'll block the Ogre, although maybe they're afraid of the pump from the Cur. Maybe they're afraid that if I have removal next turn that I can just pump this like crazy. Alright, they're going to trade there and take 4. Because like if I had 2 mana removal for this card here and a land, we'd be presenting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, they get a lifelinker though, which is quite good. I am going to need to push the trade here though. Oh. Alright, well, we're going to activate 1 time, deal 4, drop a makeshift, pass that turn. Don't dub the glutton, please. No dubby. No dubby. What did I throw away? Burn Bright. So we still have a Destructive Tampering. Destructive Tampering would be real nice. We'd get in for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Destructive Tampering doesn't quite do it. Gets us close. So they revitalized. I guess it would have done it prior to the revitalize. Revitalize deck is definitely well suited against us. We'll take 4. Ooh, another Battalion. Alright, let's smashy smashy. I assume a swift response is going to come here. Possibly on the dog after I pump. Yeah, there it is. Sure, that's fine. They'll take 4, go back to 11. And then we'll drop another makeshift battalion. We may have to think about trading that makeshift battalion off. Another revitalize, sure thing. Well, let's see what they have. We may be looking at an 0-2 here, which is unfortunate. Won't be a good weekend of Magic for me. They go to 18, I go to 12, sure. Gourmand. Can I get a sure strike, please? I guess we have to drop the battlements because we need both attackers. Sure strike. One time. Gross. We're dead. If we get to secure the scene, we're still super dead. Lands were not on our side. Luck was not on our side this week, unfortunately. So we'll see about next week. Still like this format. Blood Glutton, you got it. Okay. That doesn't quite do it. So we can trade with Glutton, but they probably just won't attack with it. They'll probably just Gourmand us twice. Which gives us exactly one turn to find to secure the scene. Exactly one turn. Uno turno. Sky Scanner, sure. Crypt Lurker, sack your Sky Scanner. I actually don't think I would do that. I think I'd keep the Sky Scanner alive, since if we find an answer for Gourmand, then Sky Scanner still presents a threat. Cool. We died. Alright, 0-2, unfortunately not a good Magic weekend over here, but that's the way Magic goes sometimes. Sometimes you just lose. Yeah, our draft was weird. I don't know what was going on with the signals there. I could not read that draft. If you could read that draft, more power to you, because I don't know what the heck happened there. But yeah, that's about it. Let me know what you would like to see on the channel, I guess. Viewership is in the absolute toilet. I don't know if that's due to people just being disinterested in M21. I don't know if that's due to people being disinterested in Magic, period. I think that is why, based on all of the stats that I've seen from various places. But yeah, let me know what's going on. Let me know what you're playing. Let me know what you want to see. You can find me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. You can find me at patreon.com/ShamanALeek. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.